Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. I, Disha Malik, on behalf of American Chemical Society (DTU) chapter, convey my best wishes on the occasion of 158th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Every year on January 12th, the country celebrates the National Youth Day to honor Swami Vivekananda. It was on this day in 1863 that the youth icon was born. Swami Vivekananda saw hope in every child who could contribute to nation building. He focused immensely on harnessing the potential of the youth. He propounded the importance of education in building a nation and believed that education was the primary means to empowering people. He is considered by many as an icon for his fearless courage, his broad outlook to social problems, and countless lectures and discourses on Vedanta philosophy. For him, education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and runs right there undigested all your life. In fact, we all must have life building, man making, character making assimilation of ideas. It is rightly said that the Swami's mission was both national and international. A lover of mankind, he strove to promote peace and human brotherhood on the spiritual foundation of the Vedantic oneness of existence. I'm glad to welcome Dr. Manisha Anvenkar, who is a spiritual consultant and author based in Mumbai. She founded her social spiritual organization, Spiritual Connect, in the year 1992. So far, she has authored 39 books. She has initiated many projects for the service of humanity. She also organizes Women of Substance Digital Awards. She has bagged many national and international awards. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I welcome everybody in this special session on the occasion of 158th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekanand. This is also celebrated as National Youth Day. And I'm so thankful to ACS and DTU and especially to you, Ms. Disha, for giving me this opportunity to connect with you all on this very special day. This day is very special to me because I also share my birthday with Swamiji, and I feel really blessed and fortunate that my birthday falls on the same day as his. So before I begin the program, there's a small ritual that I do. So this is the candle. This candle symbolizes the inner light. We humans are not only this body, there are two more bodies, mental and spiritual. So this candle symbolizes the inner light that resides within all of us. So I'll be reciting a mantra with this candle. And I request all of you to please close your eyes gently and listen to that mantra. It is also called as Universal Peace Mantra. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The meaning of this mantra is very simple. It says, O Lord, O Divine Self, please take me away from Asat to Sat. That means from falsehood toward truth, from darkness of ignorance toward the light of knowledge, and from the fear of death to immortality. Swami Vivekananda has been and is a youth icon, as Ms. Disha also told us just a few moments back. He has been an influential person not only in India but in the entire world. We are all aware of his mesmerizing speech that he delivered in Chicago on 11 September 1893. He brought Hinduism in the mainstream religions of the world with his speech, and everybody was spellbound when he started talking. There's a lot to discuss, to tell about Swami Vivekananda. But since we also celebrate, we mark this day, the day of his birth, as the National Youth Icon Day, I would like to focus only on character building of youth. So today, my focus will be solely on youth development. When I talk about development, we generally talk of personality development that is on the physical front. How you should sit, how you should talk, how you should dress up, how you should present yourself. But being a spiritualist, my focus is more on mental and spiritual uh, upliftment, improvement. But body is a part of us. A human is not only this body, we also have metaphysical bodies. But at this time, I would like to talk only about physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. So, to enhance your character, to enhance your personality, I'm going to give you a few tips for physical health. You can have good food, nourishing food, you can take up some sport, you can do some exercises so that you can keep fit. On the mental front, I would like to share that there are a few things that generally youth are either not aware of or they often overlook because nobody has told them that these things are very important in character building. Stress has become a very, what do you call, an inherent part of our lives today. If I say that I have no stress in today's life, it will be like a huge lie. So the mental development is equally important. And spiritual development also comes after that because a human is body, mind, and soul. For mental development, I would like to give you a few tips how you can develop your mental health. Your physical body and your mind are connected to each other, and so is your soul, the spiritual body. When these three are in sync, your life is in sync. But when there is something going on in one body, it affects the other two as well. Your mind is a powerful weapon. Your mind starts everything. Everything begins at thought and everything ends at thought level. So your mind is very important for you. You have to control that. But the more you try to control your mind, the more it goes out of your bounds, out of your hands. Mental health is the health of your mind. And when mind is not working properly, it manifests on the physical body also. Many pains, aches, disorders, diseases are of psychosomatic origin. That means they are born in your mind, but they manifest on your physical body. Therefore, everything, the body, the mind, and the soul should be in sync. So, how to go about it? How to have good health of your body, mind, and soul? For your body, I'm going to tell you that you exercise every day. When you wake up in the morning, just sit with your eyes closed for 1 minute and do nothing. Just close your eyes gently. Sit, relax, maybe plan your day. But there should not be thoughts of negative origin. Just sit quiet for a moment, then you can do whatever you do. Do some physical exercises in the morning. It will keep you good in shape. On mental front, we all have strengths and limitations. People often use the word strengths and weaknesses, but I don't like to use the word weaknesses. I use limitations. We are all a complete package. There is nobody who is completely good, 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 or bad, 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 or intelligent, intelligent only, or dumb, dumb only. It's not like that. We may be good at something and may not be equally good at something else. So accept yourself with all your good and bad, right? Your face, your body structure, your intelligence, your surroundings, your upbringing, your past conditioning, your beliefs, everything has to be taken into consideration for complete character building. When you accept yourself the way you are at ease. Accept others also the way you accept yourself. A complete person, the complete package. Give yourself positive self talk. It's very important. Sorry. We all plan, we all have goals, some short term goals and some long term goals. Sometimes on a daily basis, like we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to be done on that particular day. Sometimes we succeed in doing that, but sometimes we fail to do so. I have heard many people talking bad about themselves. I'm so stupid, I could not do such a small thing. I'm so stupid, I did not give a good presentation in the seminar, and quite a few other things like that. Your self talk is very important. How you treat yourself decides how you treat others. When I'm frustrated, I show that frustration on everybody else. When I'm happy, my happiness looks, it shines everybody's day. It shines my day as well as others. These are vibrations, thought vibrations. We think and we act, right? So give yourself a positive self talk each day, every day. Even if you fail to do something, take it as a lesson. Take it on the next day's diary and then try to fulfill that. Then comes self esteem and self confidence. There are fears. Fears are generally of unknown origin. We don't know where the fear comes from, but we are fearful for quite a few things. What people will think about us, what they talk about us. There is peer pressure, especially in your age. But if you are, healthy with yourself, if you are in a good frame of mind with yourself, if you love yourself, if you accept yourself the way you are, then you are at a good position at ease. From self esteem comes your self confidence. And from self confidence, you are able to reach up to your goal. You have to decide your own path and you have to walk on that. From my personal experience, I would like to tell you that it's good to be in group. It's good to take somebody along your path. But when you walk alone, you reach your goal faster. Just a while back, I was talking about stress. There are different kinds of stress in our lives. Social media is also giving a lot of stress to people. People are not liking my posts, they are not commenting, or if they are commenting, they are giving negative comments. People are not reading my posts at all. I did not like that picture. She is looking so beautiful, he is looking so handsome, and I'm looking like this. My filter is not good, and quite a few things. You have to come above all this. You have to decide your own path. You have to decide your own success. You have to define what success means to you. Stress comes from a disease. I call it the disease of क्या कहेंगे लोग. I always say दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. People will always talk. Society will always talk in front of you or behind your back. But the more you give in to their demands, the more you get into that trap. And the more you get into that trap, you enhance your stress. Talking about spiritual health, Spirituality is not only sitting with your hands like this and closing your eyes and sitting in meditation, or making a show of meditation but not actually being into the state of mind of meditation. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is your connection with your inner self. Spirituality is knowing who you are and why you are the way you are. There is a reason for our behavior. We are good to a few people, we are not good to a few others. So, what decides that behavior? Our behaviors are basically dependent on our past beliefs, on the past conditioning we have had, our upbringing, our health, physical, mental, and spiritual, and how we go about our life, how we take our life as, how we take challenges, right? There are so many things that make your personality. So, spirituality is knowing who you are and why you are the way you are. You have to go inside of you because what you see outside is your mirror image that is inside. The inner environment decides what your outer environment will be. When you're happy, you say, "Hi, how are you?" Right? But when you're sad, somebody says, "Hi, how are you?" And you say, "Oh, I'm just good." Right? So, this is how your inner environment comes out, manifests outside, and everybody knows what's going on within you. So, before you make any change outside, you have to make a change within. The foundation of your personality development lies right within you. When you're happy, it shows up in everything you do, in your studies, in your behavior, in your relationships. So, invest in yourself. Many people ask me, "Ma'am, where do you invest?" I say, I invest in relationships. I invest in children. I invest in youth. And before everything, I invest in myself. If I'm happy, if I'm content, if I'm healthy on all these three fronts, I'm good. I'm well invested. For stress, I'm going to give you a small exercise, you can call it. It's a breathing exercise. Okay. So I have seen that youth have taken to smoke, alcohol, excessive consumption of caffeine, and some youth also consume drugs. When they are stressed out, they also get into multiple physical relationships. I'm not here for moral policing. I'm not here to give you a talk on what you should do, what you should not, because it's none of my business what you do on your personal front. But as a guide, as a life coach, and as a speaker on personality development, I always tell youth that stress busters are not alcohol, smoke, physical relationships, or drugs. Because stress is there in your mind, stress is there inside your soul, stress is there in your body. Whatever these things are, these vices, I call them vices because they take you on a negative path sooner or later. So instead of going for temporary relief, why not do something that will give you relief forever? So I'm going to teach you rather, two exercises. If you will do that, these very simple breathing exercises, you will feel that yes, you are able to, manage your stress because we cannot be away from it. So may I ask you to do just one thing? Close your eyes gently and take cognizance of your breath. Take a deep breath and just feel it going from your throat to your lungs and further down to your abdomen. Just feel it. And then you exhale from your abdomen to your lungs, to your throat, and from your nose. Take deeper and longer breaths. Like the deeper and longer the breath, the relaxing it is. You will find more relaxation in it. Take another deep breath and exhale slowly. Inhale again, deeper and longer, and exhale deeper and longer. You can keep taking these deep breaths whenever you feel stressed out. This one exercise, this is called box breathing. Box has four sides equal, right? So this is 4 4 4 4 breathing. So at the count of 4, you inhale. At the count of 4, you hold your breath. At the count of 4, you exhale. And then hold your breath for another count of 4. Like 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm inhaling. Now I'm holding my breath for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm exhaling at the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm holding my breath for count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Please do that once again. Just count in your mind 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold 4, 3, 2, 1. When you will do it after the session, you will find you really feel relaxed. There is another way. You inhale a deep breath. When you exhale through your mouth, you make a sound like inhale, you exhale with force, making this sound. Please do it. Longer and deeper breath. Once more. And I'm sure you will feel relaxed. You can also take meditation classes, very basic meditation classes, or you can engage in doing some yogic exercises. All these things, this will be your beginning, your first step towards spirituality. We are all spiritual by default, but I always emphasize upon being consciously spiritual. Okay, so this is your first step that will take you toward conscious spirituality. Since my childhood, I was influenced by Swamiji. My mother used to tell me stories. Our teachers used to discuss about Swamiji and his life. People often quote, "Arise, awake, and do not stop until you achieve your goal." I was also influenced by this quote. But there is another quote that rather brought me where I am today. That quote is very simple, very easy to understand, and very easy to absorb and follow in life. I'm going to share it with you. That quote is, take up one idea. Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life. So simple. Take up one idea and make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, and live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, and every body part be filled with that. And just leave every other idea alone, aside. This is the way to success. And this is the way great spiritual giants are produced. So simple. I took up this idea of writing one book every month. So far, I have authored and published 39 books. Starting from 2018, I have been writing and publishing one book every month. You can find the details of my books on my website www.spiritualconnect.org. Please remember to connect with a K and not with a C. So I took up this idea. I really think of it, dream of it, and just live with it. My body, my thought, my soul, my everything is engaged in it, is involved in it completely. I focus all my energies on this, and this is how I have been doing my job of writing one book every month. This is also from Swamiji. At the end, I would like to give you 3 takeaways from this session. So, what are these 3 takeaways? That everybody, you have the potential to bring about a sea change in your own life and in the lives of others. And you are very well equipped to do that, to achieve that. So never feel short that he or she has something better than me. I do not have it. Remember that you have the potential and you are well equipped. You only need to search within what are your strengths and what are your limitations. Upgrade your limitations, increase your skill set, and you should be there at your goal. Walk on the path of truth because bullshit can take you to the highest point in just a minute, but it has the potential to bring you down immediately. Never try to step up on the ladder of success with bullshit or with negative things. Never tell lies. Be on the path of truth, and truth always prevails. This is the only way to succeed. This path is very difficult. It's long. It's time and energy consuming. But be on that path because that is the only path to succeed in life. And keep your focus on that so that you achieve it. And last but not the least, before you think of changing the world, change yourself. You can never change anybody in this world because your and their priorities may not match. Change yourself. It's easy to change yourself, but it is difficult to change others. Just think for a second that if I and everybody else who are all there in my session, if we all change just one thing from our, psyche, from our physical, this thing, we can change so many people at one time. So change yourself before you change the world. I wish you a very happy National Youth Day. I want you to take the control of your life, become the captain of your ship, and be the master of your life. Be the seeker, be curious, never believe anybody's words, experiment with everything. And this is what Swami Vivekananda has also taught us. So, once again, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to connect with you. You have really made my day. Vidushi has written, "Happy birthday, ma'am." Thank you so much, Vidushi, and everybody else. And thank you so much for all this. With
Happy
this,
birthday, ma'am.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
If anyone has got any questions to ask, you can go ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am. During
Yeah,
the pandemic times,
yeah,
how can we improve our mental health?
yeah. Pandemic times are really very, very difficult. We are all in rooms, right? It's so much negativity outside. Every day we hear the news of so many people dying and contracting the disease. There are so many things on personal and professional front. As I told you that you have to things on their face value. You have to learn to be in your own company. You have to enjoy that, and you have to look for the positive side of everything. Everything in this world has two sides, a positive and a negative. They are always together. They never come, separately. It is up to us where we look at. If we look at the negativity, we will attract more negativity in life. But if you look at positivity, you can still learn a lot from it. So keeping yourself in, sane in these times is very important for mental health and for your overall health. So be comfortable with your own self. Instead of watching negative news, search for something that gives you motivation. Watch positive videos. Listen to the stuff that is really positive, encouraging, inspiring, and motivating. And I always believe in motivation comes from within. Somebody can motivate you for a minute, for a day, for a month, or whatever. But daily motivation comes from within. Stress you have to manage on your own because the causes of stress are different for different people. For me, it is something different. For you, it could be something else. So just accept yourself, accept that this situation going to, not last forever. There will be better times ahead. And this is the way you have to change your thought process to a more positive one. That is how we can live a good life even in this pandemic. Karthik, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us on this great occasion. We are very grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts. It was a pleasure to have you with us, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was indeed insightful. So, on this note, we conclude our event. We would like to thank Archana ma'am for guiding us throughout. We are very grateful to Manisha ma'am. I thank all of you for being such a wonderful audience. Have a great day.